Hey, what's going on, guys? Benny Childs, founder of the Teach Me to Fish FX trading community. And in this video, I will be doing a market forecast for the indexes that I like to trade from and typically watch. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. The dollar index, we have a lot of high impact news for the dollar. So I am expecting a lot of volatility to be in the market with the pairs that cross with the dollar. With that being said, on the actual index here, because I have that long or bullish short-term bias, I'm looking for demand to be tapped into and respected. So I'm actually looking for, I've got one, two, three, four zones, three of which are sitting inside of institutional demand that I will be looking for my trade confirmations from. That does not mean that you can't catch any trades going down into these demand zones. Um, for instance, we've had a break of this low here, so we're probably well, we can already see where this supply right here. Here, I'll take it up to here. This supply actually was tapped into after that low was broken. We've had a mitigation of this supply, so we may see uh, the dollar index continue to go down before going up to follow the orders of the institutions. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for these 4-hour demands to be mitigated and respected, so I can trade alongside the institutions. All right, moving right along to the SPX 500. I am looking for or expecting this pair to continue short. I'm actually did take a trade off of this 4-hour here. I'm actually on the S&P 500 and the US 30. I'm in two shorts for them each, so I have a total of 4 open positions, bearish positions that I'm trading. So if this holds, I'm looking to take it down to this low here at at least. But if not, then I have two other areas of interest that I'll be looking for trade confirmations to continue to take this to the downside. I don't believe we found a bottom for the S&P 500. We have two unmitigated institutional accumulation zones that the market has not tapped into yet, and those are just orders that have been sitting there. You guys know the news. We're in a recession. Early starting point of the well, I wouldn't even say an early starting point, but maybe an early starting point to the economy feeling the effects of it. But I believe that the S&P 500 is going to go down further into one of these two institutional accumulation zones before we find a bottom. So I am looking again for it to continue to take this pair to the downside again, hopefully for my sake, because of the trades that I am in, that it will continue down. But if not, I'll get stopped out and I will be looking for sell confirmation at these two 4-hour zones. All right, moving along to U.S. oil. Short-term bias for that is bearish. So we are sitting inside a 4-hour supply, looking for entry confirmation to take this down. If not, then we have unmitigated 4-hour supply here, as well as unmitigated 4-hour supply here. Now these are sitting inside of an mitigated institutional distribution or supply zone. So I am thinking and hoping that it does not come up any further, because again, I am looking for some trade confirmations here inside of this 4-hour supply zone. Okay, so we'll see. All right. Moving right along over to gold. Gold, the short-term institutional bias that I have is consolidation. Now, that does not mean that this pair will not move. It does not mean that it will range, but usually it does do just that. It doesn't break an institutional high or low. Usually, if we get some sort of consolidation, but again, we could possibly get some volatility on the dollar side. It's very possible because we do have a lot of high impact news for the dollar coming in that is going to pump volume in the market for the dollar cross pairs. Now, whether that is in favor of the dollar or not, that is to be determined when the news come out. But we are supply and demand traders, so we simply just sit back and wait for supply and demand to be mitigated, and we look for our entries. Right? We trade with the market, we trade with the institution. So what are we looking for? Right now, we are currently on a let's see, we are kind of going sideways here, but we do see where we had been on a downtrend here. We could be making a turn for in favor of gold. All right. But simply what we want to do is look for unmitigated supply and demand. Okay. I see unmitigated supply up here. Okay. We've got unmitigated supply there. That's really the only unmitigated supply in close proximity to the current price that I see. Now we do have, let's see here. We do have unmitigated. Let's see, is that unmitigated? This demand zone has been mitigated. However, we do have imbalance to be filled. So let me do this for you guys. All right. We do have imbalance right here to be filled. Let's see. I don't think I have. Let me see. Do I have an imbalance for that? No. We have imbalance for this though. Okay. I am showing unmitigated imbalance here. So we could see the market come back and fill this and bounce up. So I will be keeping a lookout for that as far as my trading plan, to look for some top side trade entry confirmations. Okay. Now moving right along to the crypto 30. All right, the top 30 crypto in the world. This index has been on a downtrend, but we did see a break of this supply. Let's throw this in there for you guys. All right, we've actually had some candles to break this supply, so we could be seeing this go to the upside here. All right, but we did get a push through this institutional accumulation zone, so we could be coming down here a little further to mitigate some buy orders here for the institutional accumulation or demand zone. So but as of right now, again, this 4-hour supply has not been respected. We do see demand that was created after that supply was broken. Okay, we have demand there that has not been mitigated. We also have, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this supply. because it looks like we're heading up, but that's been mitigated. This one has not been mitigated. Okay, and then of course we have this demand here that has not been mitigated. Okay, so we'll see. All right, we'll just see if this is respected. Look for our bullish trade entry confirmation, and try to play this to the upside, at least maybe to this supply here. It's been mitigated, so maybe at least to the filling of this imbalance. Okay, maybe that until the filling of that imbalance. Let's see how far that is. Let's say if we're coming off of this demand here, that is about 888.4 pips. So not a bad